Now, there's not a lot of loud music. There's a lot of entertainment there. And we're trying to mix entertainment with politics.
Imagine all the people sharing all the world you. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one.
No están contando de que las dos estamos por allá, no por acá.
Ahí está,
Our mother.
The table for the Palestinian American Congress and the local activism for human rights for Palestinians.
Somewhere else than in Haiti.
So the idea is to give information out to people so that they learn more about these things and engage in dialogue, as you saw earlier, with people stopping by and engaging in dialogue and understanding what's going on. As part of the immigrant community, Arab and Muslim Americans were trying to provide information to people so that there's less prejudice and less discrimination.
Let's get together and work it out. You never know until you try. You never know until you try. Let's get together and work it out. Let's get together and work it out. We can help each other get by. We can help each other get by. Okay, we're getting there. Now those of you who are so discouraged that you didn't get the words, I have other things. I have things. Try. Let's get together and work it out. We can help each other get by.
Well, sipping on really high.
This is, of course, Don't Waste, Connecticut. We've been working for clean energy and to stop the nuclear and fossil industry. And we're concentrating mostly on the dangers, the harms of low-dose radiation from nuclear facilities. And we are aware from the science books that you have here and the independent scientists that have said that the standards of safety that the international bodies have are totally out of whack. That a tiny amount of radiation particles in the body can cause damage that we're already seeing. Cancer epidemics, leukemias in children that never had leukemia when I was a child, or a young woman. So we're trying to make people aware through this literature, have them sign petitions, and I hope you will too. And we would like to talk about these things. We have a list of the radionuclides that are released daily from a nuclear power plant. These radionuclides, this is only a sampling of them. There are about 200 different ones, isotopes. And they get into the food and the water because they're routinely released from reactors, from nuclear facilities. Like our two Millstone nuclear power plants. We're three, and one of them is shut down through very strong political action by large groups of people from our group, from Don't Waste Connecticut, from Greenpeace, from the Green Party. Years ago, we shut down Connecticut Yankee, and we shut down Millstone 1. At least we played a role in it. And Now we're trying to shut down Millstone 2 and 3, which, by the way, have no security outside of it. The security is broken. Dominion, that owns Millstone 2 and 3 and Millstone 1, are not willing to spend the money to fix the radioactive security guard, the electronic guard that protects the plant, supposedly. So there is none there. And the worker who was assigned to report problems like that and did report it was fired for his work, for doing his job. So we had a rally, and we're going to have more rallies. We had actually our Attorney General Blumenthal came because he is running again for Attorney General, and the head of the the head of the Coalition Against Millstone, the Connecticut Coalition Against Millstone, is running for his office. And so he wasn't, I suppose, going to be outdone. However, he said something very important, and I thought that was extremely important. The liquid natural gas station, I think it's called Broadwater, that's designed for the sound, he said is very close to Millstone. It's extremely volatile. It is, by the way, methane, which is a global warming contributor. But if anything should happen to that plant, besides destroying buildings and people in Long Island and Connecticut and places, it would also destroy the Millstone plants, and they would have a meltdown, which would be much more devastating than Chernobyl, as devastating as that is. Because they are older plants, they have much more radioactive waste in them. The buildings themselves are radioactive. There are many workers who are dying of cancer and other diseases as a result of their work at those plants. So it's a serious deficit for our country. I think that if the LNG plant were to go online, and if it were to have an accident, disaster, as it could, then I think that the result of that to Millstone would be so serious as to destroy the economy of the United States. We could not survive.
Or whether it comes from somewhere else.